Big game. Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. And I want to start off with this offense because I know that the Kansas City Chiefs started off slow. And what was the big narrative around the Kansas City Chiefs last year was, oh, they are falling ass backwards into wins. They are barely scoring like 20 points per game. Their defense is carrying them. I have no idea how they are 15-2. This is not the same Chiefs team as last year, at least throughout the past 3 weeks of the season. When you're talking about offense, guys, they are by and large, by a significant margin, the best offense in the NFL. They are first in EPA, 38.78 through the past 3 weeks. They are first in EPA per dropback, and they are first in DVOA. I love the metric DVOA because DVOA puts into consideration quality of competition, how specific units perform against certain types of competition. So this tells you that their offensive efficiency for the past 3 weeks has not been a fluke whatsoever. This team is reeling. And why wouldn't they? They have an absolute track team all across the field. You have Hollywood Brown. You have Xavier Worthy. You have Rashee Rice, who just returned off of suspension. So this team is going to be spreading the football around. And it's very difficult to understand where they are going with the football at any given moment. This morning, I was really unpacking some of the data because I was trying to figure out, all right, who is Patrick Mahomes going to be targeting? Who is going to be the focal point of this offense? Because I'm sure you all saw that Isaiah Pacheco injured his MCL this past Sunday. He is week to week. I haven't heard if he was added to the IR, but I think it's safe to assume that he will not be playing against the Buffalo Bills. And the next leading rusher to Isaiah Pacheco prior to him going down was Patrick Mahomes himself. He has about 250 yards on the ground by itself. Still have Kareem Hunt, right? He's more of your red zone guy. He's leading the running backs in touchdowns. And they have this rookie who is very fast. He runs a 4.3. I'm interested to see if they implement him into this game. But all signs are pointing to this is going to be a one-dimensional offense for the most part. Maybe a couple of Patrick Mahomes runs here and there. But as you can see, target share has been a lot more everybody eats than even the Buffalo Bills. Like many of us know, the moniker is everybody eats type offense. As far as target share, the Kansas City Chiefs spread the ball around more than anybody in the league. You had Hollywood Brown leading with 49, Travis Kelce 48, his old ass sitting at 36, Xavier Worthy 33. You have Juju Smith-Schuster with 29. But then what really throws a wrench in all of this is since Rashee Rice has been back for just 2 games, he has been the most targeted wide receiver on the field. So I'm not even going to begin and predict who is going to be the leading receiver as far as target distribution on Sunday. It could quite literally go anywhere. So how does Buffalo limit this passing attack? Thankfully, we have Maxwell Harrison back. Speed is great. He's not going to be able to cover everybody, obviously, but hopefully he's going to mitigate some of the damage that one of their speedsters can provide. You have Jordan Hancock, who looked really good at safety. He's fast, too. He runs a 4.4. I'm loving that, man. Mix in Jordan Hancock. I think he's earned a bit more snaps than last week against the Carolina Panthers. Him, Cole Bishop, you do your thing. But it's pretty clear that we don't have the horses that can particularly run with a lot of these wide receivers. So I went even deeper and to figure out what is going to work from the Buffalo Bills side of things as far as coverage. Like, what does Kansas City destroy and what slows down Kansas City as far as their sort of offensive game plan? One thing I can tell you is this Buffalo Bills defense better avoid cover 2 and cover 3 zone like the plague. I'm sure if you follow me on X, and if you don't follow me on X, folks, certainly do that, okay? I am dropping stats almost each and every single hour. It's where I ultimately end up giving you or thought vomiting, all like everything that has to do with these games. But as far as coverage, avoid cover 2 and cover 3 zone like the plague. Avoid it. I'm sure we have watched several games where we see Travis Kelce with an entire zip code, not a defender in sight. And you're like, how in the world is that guy so open? It's because teams are making the mistake and running cover 2 and cover 3 zone. That's why Travis Kelce has like 15 yards of separation, 30 yards downfield almost each and every single game. I would like for the Buffalo Bills to avoid that at all costs, if that is good. So cover 2 and cover 3, not the best strategy, because Kansas City is succeeding 70.83% of the time against that and succeeding 61% of the time rate against cover 3. And a lot of teams are trying to force this, and it's just not working. What is ideal or what is good statistically against this offense is cover 1, specifically running man coverage in cover 1, right? And then cover 2 man as well, only 4 plays. Only 4 instances has this team face cover 2 man. So maybe a slight sample size when it comes here, but cover 1 appears to be the answer when you end up going against this Kansas City Chiefs offense. And more specifically, zone versus man. Most people, when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiving core, you're going to look at it and say, oh no, like we have to run zone or we're going to get burned by these wide receivers. Stats don't suggest that. When teams run zone, Pat Mahomes destroys you. Out of 204 times, 62.25% of the time, the Kansas City Chiefs have had a successful plus yardage play against that. Man coverage, different conversation, a significant drop off in success. 46.3% of the time, that is successful. Now, this is a good football team. They are going to beat you in zone and they are going to beat you in man, but we need to play with the numbers here. What is giving the Buffalo Bills the best opportunity at being able to win a couple of drives, at being able to hold them to 3, at being able to force a punt or 2 so that this Bills offense can hopefully end up getting a bit of a cushion and holding on to that cushion as the game progresses? Man coverage is where you need to be. That's my thought thus far. Now, how do I think this Buffalo Bills team should attack this Kansas City Chiefs defense? Like, what are the keys of the game? And I think I've teased a little bit so far, but this is what I'm thinking. When it comes into the Bills defensive line, and a lot of people have been shocked by this. So the Buffalo Bills, where it stands right now, is the number 1 defensive line in pressure rate percentage in the NFL at 37.6%. And the Denver Broncos are second, and the difference is a decimal point or 0.1% of the difference. But like it or not, this Buffalo Bills team gets pressure. Some people might say, oh, yeah, well, unfortunately, and so we have Ed Oliver out. Was not the case. We were still top 3 all season long, and Ed Oliver has played 2 games so far. We are still getting pressure. Like with Joey Bosa has been a dog. Same thing with Gregory Rousseau, surprisingly enough. With Deion Walker is leading all rookies on the defensive line for havoc percentage. So we have the horses in the race to cause disruptions. Left tackle specifically over in Kansas City is going to be what I am going to be watching. I love that matchup between him and Joey Bosa. He has been struggling. It's the tackles in Kansas City which are the issue. It's not the interior. And the interior is very, very good. Even if Ed Oliver was out there, it was hard for me to see this team generating a lot of pressure from the interior. I think the edges are how we get it done. So get to Patrick Mahomes. Get to him, man. Keep him inside of the pocket. Create as much pressure as humanly possible. That is key number 1. Key number 2, you need a spy on him. And so you need a spy. And that probably coincides with one of my next keys in being able to run man coverage on this team. Have Bernard on him. Have Shaq Thompson on him. Have Matt Milano on him. one of the keys of this game is running man coverage on the defensive side of the football. Make sure a man is attached to Patrick Mahomes because, again, like he is their leading rusher. With Isaiah Pacheco not out on the field, he is their leading rusher. So we need to make sure that we have an answer for that, right? Like we can't be having Patrick Mahomes belt off 15 to 20-yard gains on 3rd and 12. Can't do it. Attempt to have an answer. Number 3, go on ahead, run man coverage. As we just highlighted, this team is going to screw you over in cover 2 and cover 3. You are not going to win with that mentality. Put Maxwell Harrison right on the outside, completely elevate his snap share. I think that he did enough against Carolina last week that earns him about 60 to 70% of the reps. Get him implemented. What a way to test out this young man. Put Maxwell Harrison on either Worthy, on Hollywood Brown, what have you. All right? Take away one of their speedsters. Utilize Christian Benford's physicality. Run a lot of press man with Christian Benford. I'm fine with Maxwell Harrison playing off ball. I'm fine with him playing off coverage because he's fast enough and he has the recovery speed where I feel like he would be okay. Benford press man coverage for the vast majority of it, either against Hollywood or what have you. And Taron Johnson, for the love of God, you have been a liability for this team. You have been a liability for this team, man. Like, we need you to do something with Juju Smith-Schuster. He's probably going to be the weakness, to be honest with you. If I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan and I am looking at matchups that I am excited about, I am nervous about Juju Smith-Schuster versus Taron Johnson. I really think that that's something that should worry people, is with Taron. But man coverage is what you do. And then last but not least, right? Take the football away. Like Patrick Mahomes right now, when you end up looking at his propensity of being able to turn the football over, let's go ahead and check this out. Last week, he had 2. He has 4 on the season right now. Take the football away. Like, this Buffalo Bills team is coming off of a heater where we had 3 turnovers. And before that 2-game skid and that 2-game slump, like, we were taking the ball away at minimum 1.5 times. So take the football away against this guy, and that's how we get it done. I am not saying that this Buffalo Bills defense is going to hold the Chiefs to single digits. No, not at all. I think that they are going to win quite a bit. But I think the plan here is to slow them down. They have been starting slow for the past couple of weeks. Last week, they only had, 7 points going into the half? So do what you can to mitigate it, and how you do it, run man coverage. And that's what you do. Just make sure you chill on zone concepts. Make sure you create as many turnovers as humanly possible. And I think that you end up getting this game done. It's just how it is. So I need to give a giant shout out to Sleeper, folks. Maybe you're feeling confident that the Buffalo Bills are going to win on Sunday. Maybe you're feeling confident that Lamar Jackson is going to put on a clinic against the Miami Dolphins defense on Thursday Night Football. Well, I'll tell you what, you can actually get rewarded for your correct takes. Sleeper is the #1 player prop platform on the market. Just pick 2 to 5 players. If you accurately predict that they go above or below their projections, you could be a massive winner, okay? Sometimes up to 1,000x of your overall play. And they're giving you $20 just for signing up, all right? It's the best promo in the league, in the world right now, and it's in the description if you want to be able to take advantage of it, man. Shout out to Sleeper.